The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. What's going on, everybody? It is the Tipping Point with my Tipton this Wednesday. I see Diana Bravo tuning in saying, hi, how are you? I am well, Diana. How are you doing today? Hope everyone is having themselves a great time. I had a roller coaster of emotions yesterday where my San Antonio Spurs wind up losing, getting that ass whooped. It wasn't like, I know it was only a 13-point loss, but it wound up feeling like, oh, so much more. But then my Vegas Golden Knights come to my rescue. You see me rocking the custom-made jersey. The Vegas Golden Knights come to my rescue. They make their third Stanley Cup Final in their 9 years of existence. Crazy to think that it's been 9 seasons of existence, not 9 years. I know some nerd out there is going to be like, it's not 9 years, it's 9 seasons. 9 seasons of existence. Their third Stanley Cup Final in that time frame. Making me a happy, happy man. Making me feel better about the fact that my San Antonio Spurs lost. Now, would you look at that? My battery's already dying. Well, that's not good. Let's go ahead and change our camera. There we go. Now we got to just get that fixed. Adjust. Look at that. Now we're back. A little bit brighter. More brighter than what I wanted to be. That's a hell of a start to the show, is whenever your battery starts dying. Maybe next time I will, actually charge my batteries. But anyway, the Vegas Golden Knights win. They make it to their third Stanley Cup in 9 seasons. We're seeing what, like, a really well-built franchise can do. And I know that they got a little bit of a push in the expansion draft during the whenever they first came in. The expansion draft rules were a little bit different. The Vegas Golden Knights were able to take advantage of that. Tommy's saying, what up, Tip? What up, Tommy? Help build this franchise into what it ultimately became, which is a Stanley Cup champion. But that was just the start of it, right? Like the fact that this team has been able to sustain that type of greatness over the last few years really shows you that it's a very well-built organization, a very well-driven team. Diana saying that is so cool. Yes, it is. Shout out to the Vegas Golden Knights, the amazing amount of success that the Golden Knights have. I know I'm probably the only person on this show. It is my show. But like associated with the show, I consider all y'all who comment and things like that to be associated with the show. I have to be the only one that watched or cared a little bit about hockey. But you know, I was excited. It was a great way to bounce back following the San Antonio Spurs debacle that they had yesterday. Oklahoma City winning Game 5, moving on, doing their thing. Christian saying, yo, what up, Christian? How you doing today? Hope that you're having a good old time over there on the YouTube channel. Saying, hey, bro, hey, what's up, man? All right. Let's go, Vegas Golden Knights, VGK, baby, all the way. Let's see what happens in the Stanley Cup Final. I'm hoping. I'm hopeful that my team will be good. Christian saying he's not doing good. Help me. I don't know if I can help you. I'm just some dude on the internet. So chances are I can't. But sit down on the therapy couch, known as the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton. And let's see what's wrong. Maybe Tommy or someone out there can help you. We shall see. We shall try our hardest. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so Vegas moves on. They make it to the Stanley Cup. We got to see who's going to ultimately make it there with them. As they beat the Avalanche. The Avalanche were the President Cup winner, which means scored the most points. Yeah. Look at that. Videos just randomly playing on my internet browser for whatever reason. Although it was a goal from the Vegas Golden Knights, so it was going to be a highlight of our Vegas Golden Knights and all the amazing things that they were able to do yesterday. In the Eastern Conference, we have to see who wins between the Canadiens and the Hurricanes. The Montreal Canadiens have been a really damn good team this year. The Carolina Hurricanes, I should have gone to a couple of games when I lived in North Carolina. I just never did. Wasn't as big a hockey fan whenever I lived in North Carolina. But now we are big-time hockey fans in the Tipton household. Huge hockey fans. Day one supporters of our Vegas Golden Knights. But the Montreal Canadiens with a 2-1 lead over the Carolina Hurricanes. They got their game a little bit later on today. One of those two teams will run into the buzzsaw known as the Vegas Golden Knights. Makes me happy. Makes me excited. But again, I am probably the only person associated with this show that watched any type of hockey yesterday. We'll see. So now the question comes up, what do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about the San Antonio Spurs getting that ass kicked? I know Tommy has to be excited about that. Huge Oklahoma City guy this series. Oklahoma leading the series now. We spoke about it yesterday. I had the numbers wrong. Oklahoma City winning Game 5, the winner of Game 5 in the NBA when the series is tied 2-2, wins 82% of the time. I said 92% of the time. It's 82% of the time. But in the conference final, the winner of Game 5 wins 74% of the time. So that means there is a 26% chance that the San Antonio Spurs can come back and win this game and or win this series. And if there is a team that can do it, it is the San Antonio Spurs. However, if they're going to be able to pull that off, they've got to play better than they did yesterday. That was an absolutely atrocious performance by the Spurs, getting down 20, able to get it within 7 at some points in the fourth quarter. But whenever you get down by that much against a team that's that good, that also gets all the foul calls, you're not doing yourselves any favors. Tommy laughing at me, saying, yeah, no Spurs, no. We still got to get that shirt made. No Spurs, no for Tommy. It was a tough one to watch yesterday. It really was. But, I mean, it's no consolation. Y'all know I've been saying from the beginning that I didn't think San Antonio was going to be able to win this series. It still hurts. As like a Spurs fan, it still hurts if this team does go down. But again, it's part of the learning process of learning how to win. I'm a firm believer that you have to go through that learning process, especially in basketball. Maybe not so much in hockey as we're seeing with Vegas, but definitely in basketball. Also, I think the NFL is one of those as well, where you got to go through those learning processes. And how you come out on the other end is going to determine what your future is going to be like. Are you going to be like the Kansas City Chiefs, who made it, then wind up losing to Tom Brady and those teams in like I guess it was 2018, right? Get beat back, pushed back, all that good stuff. And then become the Kansas City Chiefs that we know. Tommy says it's when, not if. When, not if. Wow. When San Antonio gets eliminated, not if San Antonio gets eliminated. There's a part of me that wants the Spurs to make it to the finals now. I know, like, all I'm doing is hurting myself, right? The longer this team goes, as flawed as they are, the more it hurts me. But, man, I want him to go to the NBA Finals just so I can see Tommy, the New York Knicks fan. And I was saying to some friends today, walking home, it's like a group of dads, basically. If you haven't been watching basketball, Destiny's saying she wants the Spurs to make it to the finals. Well, yeah, obviously. But I was talking to my neighbors today, and I was like, if you haven't been watching basketball, then you don't understand how good the New York Knicks really are. The Knicks are a very good team. I thought they would struggle against Cleveland. They didn't. They handled their business. Tommy's saying the Knicks are in the finals? Wow. I know, and that's one of the things, right? I wanted the Knicks to make it to the NBA Finals. Turn that off. There we go. I'm glad the Knicks made it to the NBA Finals. I want the Spurs to make it to the NBA Finals so it can be a recap of that 1999 NBA Finals. That was such an amazing run that the Spurs had to get to that NBA Finals. Sean Elliott hitting that shot on Memorial Day. That corner three falling out of bounds to beat the Portland Trail Blazers. Such a magical run. The New York Knicks at that time were an 8 seed. Patrick Ewing was injured. And that's the reason why the Spurs just dominated that series is Patrick Ewing got hurt. I think he tore his Achilles. But Patrick Ewing got hurt and wasn't able to play for the Knicks. San Antonio took advantage of that and absolutely dominated the series. And it's the first time that the Knicks have been in the NBA Finals since 1999. 27 years of ineptitude for the New York Knicks, and they finally make it to the NBA Finals. And all that means is that maybe one day, the Dallas Cowboys will also make it to a Super Bowl. We can hope, we can pray. That's the only things that we have working it for us is hope and prayer. But yes, the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals. And a lot of people are telling me, Tip, it doesn't matter if it's Oklahoma City. It doesn't matter if it's San Antonio. The New York Knicks don't have a chance. And I'm not going to say that, man. The Knicks are a really damn good team. Even if it's Oklahoma City, or like Tommy says, when it's Oklahoma City, I think the Knicks match up really well with the Oklahoma City Thunder. That roster, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson, Karl Anthony Towns, I'm telling you, man, this is a really damn good Knicks team. And it doesn't matter whether it's San Antonio, more than likely going to be Oklahoma City because history tells us it's going to be Oklahoma City. It doesn't matter who it is. The Knicks are going to give that team problems, and it's not going to be an easy out. Watch it be a sweep. because I also thought Cleveland would give the Knicks a little bit of a run, and Cleveland, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. They were a good regular season team. The Crooked Commish saying, top of the tip to your tip. Tommy saying, if the Knicks can do it, what the fuck, Cowboys? Come on now. Now it's your turn. You got to be able to pull this off. And the Commish giving Tommy a little bit of love as well over in the chat area. Okay, so again, the Knicks making it to the final, yes, you would think that maybe the Dallas Cowboys one day would be able to make it to the NBA Finals as well. More than likely not, because of the Dallas Cowboys, and they do nothing but disappoint us as Dallas Cowboys fans. There are a few constant in the world. A few constants in the world. And it's that the Dallas Cowboys are going to disappoint us. The commissioner saying, Mrs. Tipp, good morning. Thanks you for letting Mike come out and play today. I do have to probably end the show early today. I wanted to do a little bit of a show, but I am probably going to have to end the show early today. Because I got so much stuff going on. So much stuff going on today. That it's probably best for me to get to work as early as possible. So I got work, getting ready for a soccer game, go to my youngest son's third grade completion ceremony, not missing that at all. That's at 1:00. Get back to the baseball stadium because, yes, we turned the baseball stadium into a soccer field. Get all of our LED boards and TVs and all that stuff set up and ready to go for the for everything that we got to do soccer. Produce the soccer game, make sure the TV broadcast is good because we have a Prinks Tire Cup, which means not only are we on ESPN today, but we're also on CBS Sports Network. So now I got to do all these different things to try and make sure. Plus, we got new commercials, new corporate sponsors, new all kinds of stuff. Work in sports, they said. It'll be an easy job, they said. Less stress in the world of sports. So we'll see. I might end today's show at 8:30 just so I can get ahead of the curve. But we'll see how it goes. Everyone giving the commish a little bit of love. I love seeing that. Check out the stuff the Crooked Commish is doing as well. The Chicago Clubhouse Network. Also, it skipped my mind. I got to mention it again today. Friday night, Bob, Jim, and Pat get drunk on the internet, making our debut on the Under the Hood podcast. The awesome part about this is that James, Pat, and myself were the producers at ESPN Radio on weekends for Dickerson and Hood. Our guy, JD, may he rest in peace. And, of course, our guy, Jonathan Hood. Like, the chemistry we had is just like a little team. We made those weekends for Dickerson and Hood on ESPN Radio absolutely amazing. That's our connection with each other. Look at that, the Chicago sports guys. With this kid that was born in Chicago but lived in El Paso 99% of his life. A city that's actively trying to kill him is where I still live. But I love it. I love El Paso. Y'all know I love El Paso. But yes, Bob, Jim, and Pat get drunk on the internet, making our debut on the Under the Hood podcast channel this Friday night. Still don't know what bad wrestling we're going to watch. Maybe that's something that we get figured out today since we got 2 days to get ready for it. All the debauchery. The commissioner saying, Tip, please make sure you send me the link for that show. I have to check it out. Commish, you will see a completely different version of Tip. I think Tommy only tunes in for like the first 5 minutes to be like, hey, Tip, I love and support you, brother. And then he just kind of moves on. It is a much more unhinged version of me. My favorite one is whenever they do the events in Saudi and we get to do kegs and eggs in the morning, watching whatever Saudi event there was. Something happened. I guess Saturday night main event happened. Maybe we'll watch SmackDown together. Give us time during the commercials to, well, fuck, that also messes me up because Hulu doesn't allow me to watch SmackDown at the same time as everyone else. That's why, like, my wrestling watching has kind of gone to the wayside. because for whatever reason, Hulu in El Paso, Texas won't allow me to watch SmackDown at the time SmackDown airs. I have to watch it 3 hours after SmackDown airs for whatever reason. It's weird. Got to talk to Hulu about that. But yes, I will send you that link, Commish, so that you can check it out. Get everyone in the Chicago Sports Network to check it out as well. I can always use the love and the support. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Man, I am super excited, though. Like I said, I know what's going to happen in the next couple of games. San Antonio's probably going to win in San Antonio. Oklahoma City's probably going to win in Oklahoma City. They go 7 games. Oklahoma goes to the NBA Finals. But we get to see the growth, right? We're watching a team, this young gas San Antonio Spurs team. We are watching them right now. They're growing. We know they're going to get better. Tommy, that has to be terrifying for you. That's why you're hating on the Spurs so much right now, because you know deep in your heart that is just the tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Tommy, I apologize. I know the kids are in the car. Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. We're not going to be gross today. We're not going to be grotesque. Just make sure if you're a guy and you don't want to be doing the stanky leg all summer long, get that comfort cream, get that comfort powder. Make sure your boys are feeling as fresh as they possibly can. Make sure your nuts are as happy as my nuts with www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all of your male grooming needs. Maybe you got the biggest bush in the world like the Crooked Commish does. Get that bulber, trim that bad boy down, and guess what? You get to see your little friend again. www.myhappynuts.com, promo code Mike Tipton, use it at checkout, and save on all your male grooming needs. Sorry, Tommy, I had to make it a little bit funny. It was a little too dry. Damn, that probably wasn't the right phrasing to use, but it is what it is. And I said what I said. I own it. And Tommy letting us know that he tunes in to Bob, Jim, and Pat Get Drunk on the Internet because of Tip. Again, love and appreciate the support. The commish saying, Mike, have you already touched on the Josh Jacobs? Mike, I think that was a HIPAA violation you just committed situation. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. I haven't spoken about Josh Jacobs just yet. Green Bay Packers star running back Josh Jacobs was arrested Thursday and booked on several domestic violence charges, according to Hobart Lawrence, Wisconsin Police Department. Jacobs, who was 28 years old, was booked on charges of battery, domestic abuse, criminal damage to property, domestic abuse, disorderly conduct, domestic abuse, strangulation, and suffocation, and intimidation of the victim. According to Brown County jail records, the strangulation and suffocation charge is a felony, and the other 4 charges are misdemeanors. According to records, Jacobs was being held without bond. The Hobart Lawrence Police Department was dispatched to the alleged disturbance involving Jacobs on Saturday. Quote, this remains an active and ongoing investigation. No further information will be released at this time, said Michael Rankus, chief of the Hobart Lawrence Police Department, in a statement. Jacobs, through his attorneys, declined the allegations, saying, quote, Josh vehemently denies the allegations. All this matter is in early stages of investigation with important evidence that has not yet been made public. We ask for fairness and restraint while the judicial process takes its course, end quote, says attorney David Chesnoff, Richard Schofield, and Clarence Duhawk in a statement. Those are some names, man. The Packers said that they are aware of the matter involving Jacobs. Quote, as it's an ongoing illegal situation, we will withhold from further comment, end quote, the team said in a statement. The NFL is also aware of the report and has been in contact with the Packers. Green Bay began OTAs on Tuesday, and Coach Matt LaFleur is scheduled to have availability with the media on Wednesday. Let's see how that goes. Jacobs is a first-team All-Pro selection in 22, all with the Las Vegas Raiders, and a three-time Pro Bowl selection. Is entering his third season with the Packers after signing with the team in free agency in 2024. Last season, he scored 14 total touchdowns, 13 rushing, and totaled 1,200 yards in 15 games. The commissioner saying, I knew there was a reason I didn't like that guy. Dude, that is a lot of charges. Like, I get it. You got to let the legal system take its course, but holy shit, man. That is a lot of charges. And I'm sure it's, from one individual incident or whatever it may be, whatever is being investigated, but Jesus Christ. Choking and strangulation. Strangulation and suffocation. Like, my dude, fucking be better. Like men, keep your hands to yourself. Don't be going around abusing people. Ladies too, I guess. Like, it can work both ways. But come on now, like, be better than that. There's no way he plays a couple of games, right? Like, he's going to have to be suspended. I know the NFL stance on it is we're going to suspend you for 4 games or whatever. The NFL Players Association, which it's been a while since I had to rail about that, but I am not a fan of the NFL Players Association. If your guy is being charged with such heinous acts as this, let them serve the 4-game suspension. You don't have to fight every damn battle because it makes you look worse as a players association. Serve the suspension, let the court case do its thing. Hopefully justice gets served either way. But Jesus, man, that's a gross thing to read. And I was trying to stay away from a topic like that because every time I hear about these domestic abuse things with NFL players, I get angry and frustrated. I guess with any athlete, I guess with anybody in general. Because it's not hard. It's not hard to not abuse your spouse. It's not hard to not abuse your children. Be better. And like, I get it. I understand as a kid that grew up getting his ass whooped all the time, it takes a lot to not like whoop your kids as well. But why put your family through that same situation if it's what you grew up in? Be better. That's all it takes. Just be better. Force yourself to be better. God damn, it ain't hard. And then, like, what really upsets me, again, is, like, the whole Players Association process of it, where it's, I get it, legally they have to try to fight some of this stuff because you can't let, the league determine blah, 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 whatever. The fact of the matter is, whether it's just an allegation or whether it's true, there has to be something out there. You have to protect the shield, the league, the team at all costs. And the biggest deterrent is making sure that these guys know that they are going to get their ass kicked in if they were to do some stuff like this. I used to joke whenever I lived in North Carolina, because I took a criminal justice class, which was arguably the worst thing for me to have taken, of what like Tipton's America would be. And it was like the death penalty for 99% of the stuff, because all you got to do is do that once and people ain't going to do it no more. Eye for an eye, 1000% the way that I feel, but it's like eye for an arm, right? Like, you want to know how you make people stop stealing? Chop off limbs. I know it's super archaic, super Old Testament if you want to, but it's just, that's the way to do it. You want to make Josh Jacobs stop choking people? Chop off his hand. Who gives a shit if you can't play in the NFL anymore? Shaquem Griffin played with one hand. Why can't Josh Jacobs? So now, look, we set the precedence. But only if he's found guilty. I am not, if he's innocent, cool. Then the person in my mind who made the faulty accusation or charge should also be charged. Burn their tongue at the stake the way that we used to with like witches back in the day. I used to love reading stuff like that. as grotesque as it sounds, is like like in the 1600s, right? You get accused of witchcraft and they're like, oh, you're a witch. So what we're going to do is put like a hot poker and burn your tongue. And if your tongue heals in a normal fashion, then we're going to say, oh, well, fuck, we were wrong. My bad. You're not a witch. But if it heals faster, you are a witch. I love that stuff. I know it's dumb. I know it's super old school. Hell, let's bring back quartering people. I'm with it. Tie each limb to a new horse and press mush. Let's see what happens. But now we have stronger horses. Like we can tie them up to cars. It'll be a fun time. Look what you've done, Kamish. You've brought out the Old Testament version of Michael Tipton that I'm sure a lot of people didn't realize existed and festered within me. And it's also like I had recently someone like break into my mother-in-law's house. She's been gone for a while, right? Like she passed away a few years ago, and these assholes break into her house and start stealing her stuff. And in my mind, the real judicial system would be I get to take their car, right? Like my family gets to take their car because they stole these items from my mother-in-law. The only real retribution isn't they go to jail for a little bit. It's we get to take their livelihood. Because you know what? They ain't going to steal again, right? Like if you know that the punishment far outweighs the crime, you're probably not going to do the crime. That's just me. Sports, huh? Josh Jacobs, keep your hands to yourself. Every other athlete out there, keep your hands to yourself. It's not that hard. Tommy's saying Old Testament Mike Tipton. I'm telling you, man, it's a deterrent. It really is a deterrent. You don't want people to fuck with your shit. There's an easy way of stopping them. And then I think like it's weird, right? Like, okay, so you have drugs that are illegal in some states, drugs that aren't illegal in other states. What would be the punishment if you get caught with like, you know, a joint in Texas instead of people being thrown in jail for like, you know, 18 years, whatever, ruining their life for a weird thing that's a felony somewhere, but not a felony elsewhere? Maybe you just make them smoke themselves stupid. It's a long-term punishment. You steal gas station dick pills, then you got to take like the entire box of gas station dick pills and just deal with it. That would be hilarious, but it's got to be on TV. Like, we have to watch your shame. You steal all the gas station dick pills. We have to have it on TV of just you. And you know, it's got to be like a public thing, right? Where you got to walk around town with just a rager going on. Tommy, I hope the kids are out of the car. Holy shit, that'd be great. I got to think of like other dumb punishments for dumb crimes. It'd be fun. Maybe that'll be a summer topic whenever we've got nothing. Whenever all I have to do is try to entertain y'all with baseball and soccer, knowing that none of you care about either baseball or soccer. Hell, I hardly care about soccer. Oh, man. Tommy giving me a little bit of laughs on it. Hey, I appreciate it, my dude. All right, everybody. Like I said, I got to end today's show a little bit early. Sorry about that, but I got a bunch of stuff going on. I just want to get ahead of what's happening with today. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. We will. Tommy's saying they are not in the car. Thank God. Hey, at least that. Small, little, tiny miracles that we have that work with us. But again, we'll have a full show tomorrow. Bob, Jim, and Pat get drunk on the internet. 2 shows from me on Friday. You get double the tip. Most people got to pay extra for that. You're getting that for free. Double the tip on Friday. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for tuning into today's show. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.